Hey, beautiful, beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel for another moment of sanctuary, a story where I had a powerful life lesson from the sacred, encountering just the ordinary life. So, this is another story from Brazil, trip number 2. I was in like a house that our whole team got to live in. So we kind of broke up who got which bedroom, and I got the pleasure of rooming with Jessica and Meredith, a couple of my youth. And it was a lot of fun, kind of like a week-long slumber party with doing a bunch of good work and projects in the middle of the day. And we even had our own bathroom, which was just really swanky, especially for mission trip. And so we were enjoying our time. And one day I'm in the living room and they're back in the bedroom, and I start hearing screaming, like the shrieking girl kind of screams, and they're yelling for me, Kristen, Kristen. I'm like running, thinking somebody has had an accident, and we have already been going to the hospital on this trip. So this is not good, y'all. So I go in there, and there is a ginormous bug. They are like, bug, bug. It's like this cockroach that it was almost as big as with the antenna, with the long antenna, it was as long as my hand. And it was in the bathroom on the wall, not doing anything, just kind of hanging out. And they're losing their minds. And I'm like, oh, actually, I have a brilliant idea. Garrett, my son's on the trip, and he's taking AP biology, and I know there's this bug project. In fact, I think y'all took that class last year, and I think I might try to smuggle this bug in a preserved state back to the States and put it in his bug project. And they were like, oh, terrible bug, and then they're like, bug project, it's on. I mean, just like that. It was just like from like all freaked out to game face. We're gonna get this. And the three of us went in with paper towels and cardboard sheets and a big old cup and a baggie, and we had like a little own freezer refrigerator area that wasn't the main kitchen. And so the thought was that if we could catch it and freeze it and kill it in a preserved state, we could maybe find something protective to smuggle it back to the States in. So we were successful with this. We got it, we took the thing, we put it in there, and y'all, it is hard for me to do harm to any living creature. I just struggle mightily trying to do this bug project, but this is a project for school that's done all the time and needs to happen. So we do it as humanely as possible and do what we have to do, right? So we put it in the freezer in a baggie and we go about our business. A couple days later, we're opening the freezer and it's gone. And this is Brazil, so they speak Portuguese. So our housekeepers do not speak any English, nor do we really speak Portuguese. So we can only imagine what they thought, because none of our team had touched the bug. So we know that the housekeepers threw out our bug, but we just kept laughing because we couldn't imagine what was in their mind for why the crazy Americans had put a bug in the freezer. And obviously they were not about to leave it there no matter what state it was in. So we lost our bug, which is all for the best, because I could just see us getting, the way that trip went, I could just see us getting busted back in the States for trying to smuggle animals back to the country. So, and then it turned out that my son ended up taking a different class anyway, so he didn't need to do the bug project. So it all worked out for the best in the end. But what was funny was my conversations with Meredith and Jessica, when that perspective of being fearful or grossed out or weirded out, and how when the moment comes, when there is a purpose, when there's a direction, it's game on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think motherhood is one of those where, bodily functions are really, really gross, but then when it's your child and there's nobody but you to take care of it, you just handle it, right? We just get in there, and it doesn't matter how gross it is. We may need to take a time out to go, throw up ourselves, but then we're back to it. So this perspective that's just granted, just find that to be just this sacred thing. It's like a spiritual overlay of something that is physically simple on one level, but the underlying meaning and purpose behind it is very real and very solid. And we do that for one another. We get into the mess when the tragedies happen, or when the natural disasters and physical harm or gross things happen. We can overcome that for a higher bottom line factor of this beautiful spirit that is within all of us. So may you, on this day, lean into that, remembering that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Claim those moments just to recognize these sacred moments of sanctuary in your own life. Y'all have a super blessed day.